We're going to talk to the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I'm sure everybody knows him by now, but we'll run it down. Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix, Noel Redding. You have not been to Vancouver before, but you have been to Canada. Did you play Montreal or the coast at one time?
Yeah, we did. We played Montreal on this tour that we're on now. It was a really nice tour.
Did you?
What else did we play? Toronto too?
Yeah, right. Just one night?
Yeah, in Ontario. So we did three places.
Was anything different in the audiences you've been used to?
Not necessarily. There was more raving, like, you know, there's more on their toes than some audiences, you know. But that's because we probably haven't played there before.
Yeah. What about the music, though? Did they know the music? Did they seem to appreciate it?
Seems English to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's rather like going out, maybe if you go to the depths of England up north, like, you know, they haven't seen you before, and they're really quite wild.
Well, it's the music.
They were, as far as Canada is concerned, they were almost the last to pick up on your music. It seems they were almost hesitant to do it.
Well, because they didn't hear it. They was probably the last ones to hear it, probably. Canada's always the last. They don't get the records up here as quick as some people's certain types of records. Do they still have Dawson Annex School here?
Do they still have what?
Dawson School. Dawson Annex.
Yes. Yes.
Right, I used to go there. The good old days.
You have relatives up here, don't you?
Yeah, they're all set.
Is there still a family thing going on?
What do you mean by that?
No, all right, okay.
Well, what do you mean? You mean, do I still have a family?
No, do you, I know you don't get back here often or goes back at all, but do you recognize most of these people from there?
Well, like, I know what my family is like quite naturally. I just don't get a chance to see them until maybe we play here. You know, this is only the second time in about 8 years I've seen, you know, my dad and my mother and sisters and so forth. And like my grandmother and her boyfriend and my cousins are out there now, you know. And I like to see, I haven't seen them yet. I'll see them later on tonight.
Does anything change when the family's in front of you? For any one of you?
I don't know, really. We've all done. We did a tour once in England, and we did a show in London, and we had the same thing. My parents came up, and Mitch's parents came up, you know. And, hello, Mum.
I know that you don't get back to England that much as you like to possibly, but the current thing that's happening over there where they started a rock revival and then they did something else, do you find that it's starting to sway like your home base, the music that's coming out of there? Are they sort of uncertain as what they're doing over there? Because there's something definitely happening with underground music.
There's always something happening there.
Yeah, there's always something happening, but I mean, underground music, you know, music's music. We don't know, it's the same all over the world.
Just have the strings away, so.
Classic.
Because like after the Beatles like took a back seat, you know, after they sat down for a while, and then it got really mixed up. Like, you know, there's different things coming up. They got the Traffic and the Family, all these groups that you don't hear about all the time. You know, they're happening as far as music-wise, but as far as, you know, they're really stuck up on like ballads and you know, pop. They're all screwed up right now. So.
Do you think it'll straighten out?
Yeah, as soon as we get over there. It's right.
What are you going to do? You have another LP coming out.
Yeah,
You've been working on it?
It's finished, completely finished. It'll be out in about 10 days.
So there.
Yeah.
It's called Electric Lady now.
Electric Lady?
Yeah.
No, did you do anything? Sorry. Did you do anything on the LP that? Did you get a chance to sing it?
Yeah.
Did you sing it?
Yeah, he has a song called Little Miss Strange. This is the beginning track on one of the sides. It's a fourth-sided LP. He has a beginning track on one of the sides. He has Mitch is singing this Crown Rock was Excuse me.
Is that a cold hay fever?
No, this is a change of climate.
Yeah.
Coming from, was it Salt Lake all the way to Denver, and then Los Angeles.
San Diego,
You know, all this place, you know. But like him and Mitch are singing this English rock type thing. It's called Little Strange. It's a good song.
This revival in the blues and this
It's
mention
not
I
such thing
made.
as revival. I'm
All
playing,
right.
you know, all I know. You know, I'm just playing the way I feel. If it sounds like blues, well then, you know, call it anything you want. But it's no revival, kid. Because why go back into the past? You know, why go back there and drag out blue suede shoes? Just because it's supposed to be hip to revive rock, you know, which is a drag in the first place. Because those people that have played in there, you know, they're not offering you anything this very instant, are they? There's so many musicians right now playing 20 times better than any Chuck Berry or any Fat Stone or anybody. I'm not putting these people down. I'm just saying that the music is better now, and people just don't even know it. It's right in their faces. They don't even know how to accept it because it's, you know, it's just so much better. And they have to have gimmicks and imagery to go by. If they don't have these things to go by, then they don't know nothing about music. That's the way some people think, which is a big fat drag sometimes.
Do you ever surprise yourself in some of the things you come up with when you play?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself in a completely different
On
classics?
stage?
Yeah. Do you find yourself playing things that you've heard before a long time? Does it come
I don't even know, because I don't even think about what I'm actually playing or what I can play. I just want to listen to what Noel and Jimmy are playing and just dig that. Like, I hope they listen to me. Because actually, we never know what we're doing on stage, maybe until you might record it one night, listen to it, and then you might actually get some enjoyment from it. Maybe. You might just think it's a big fat drag.
We've been together for about 2 solid years, and we've been playing Purple Haze, One Cries Mary, what was it, Hey Joe, Foxy Lady. We've been playing all these songs, which I really think are groovy songs, but we've been playing all these songs for 2 years. So quite naturally, we start improvising here and there, and there's other things we want to turn on to the people, you know. As long as they're aware that we're trying to be a music group, regardless of what we might look like, or, you know.
Where's that Hendrix interview? See, roll 1, take 1.
This one in particular, because we have strong English ties with radio, you know, like Radio Caroline, etc. Those jocks were sending us things over. I got my first copy of the first LP from Pete Townsend, and he laid it out. We listened to it at his place. We were watching his home movies, and we had this on the background, and it really got into my head the first time I heard it. The second time I went over, he gave me the second one, so he's been sort of my contact for you people. Do you find that your music gets close to other English groups at times?
I don't think about it. We just record what we want to play, you know.
We're never there anyway. I don't know what's going on.
There's a cut called Red House on the first LP, which was not here, right? Which was not here on our LP. We didn't get to hear it until somebody laid an English copy on us, and it's become a minor hit here, simply because people.
We'll do it tonight.
Will you really? For real? Oh, that would make like a lot of people happy.
No, not really. It doesn't change. It's nice, but
Jimmy, we were talking last night to the Young Rascals, talking to Felix, and he was talking about at one time playing with Joey D and the Starlighters, and you happened to cross paths. I don't know if you remember the meeting, but you did play a couple of gigs together.
Yeah, I used to play Joy D. I used to play with, you know, a lot of other groups in that
Right.
scene.
But then you got into your own thing.
Well, it was about time, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
after 6 years of traveling all over the States, all over the place, yeah.
I was asking you, Mitch, if you had changed your drum set, and you hadn't. Because the last time I saw you was in Seattle, and all I was watching was the sticks and the cymbals, and I couldn't see you, and I knew there was a lot of drums.
Well, that's because I hide away, that's all, man.
Are you still there the whole time?
Well, actually, the truth is, I've got a little robot. I sneak up for a crafty beer behind the amplifiers. No one can see me anyway, so, you know, that's what it's about.
Your speaker systems that you have behind you are very, very important. How'd you come about picking those and getting them on?
Well, like, for instance, about, you know, a while back, before I went on to England, I had this really good sound, but I didn't want to lose it, like, in case we play in big places. And, like, over in England, the best things, well, like Marshall was just starting off to be really good. So quite naturally, I wanted the loudest and the biggest amp possible. As long as you have the loudest and the biggest, then you can, like, bring it down to whatever level you want, or either keep it the, you know, ultimate. So let's use Marshall amps.
Do you find that the bigger the sound? Yeah. Your son. Yeah. Do you? I'm not going to get into that. It's a lot of money. Do you find that the bigger the building, the harder it is to play because you're playing an awful lot of wires? No.
Because, like,
It's in your own head.
you know, why try to break down according to the building? You know, some of these people don't care what kind of building they put you in anyway. The promoters, you know, as long as they get the money out of you and get the money out of the people. So therefore, you don't even worry about the building. You just go on and play your gig. And quite naturally, try to set the best sound possible, but you don't have to sit up there and spend an hour on working on it just because the building might be rectangular or some mess like that.
When I know that people talk about, as a matter of fact, it's been overworked, the word jamming. But do you find you go back to blues if you have time to sit down and play amongst yourselves?
Well, like, I wouldn't call it blues. I'd probably do a few Muddy Waters tunes and do this, you know.
people
Because
have
I
got
dig,
different scenes.
you know, I dig Muddy Waters' work, and he digs, you know, like rock cats, and he digs a lot of jazz people. Well, like when we jam, all these things come about, you know. They all come out to another music that you haven't even named yet, you know. But the only thing you can go by now is called a jam, like you said.
Yeah.
So it might be like musicians of different qualities and categories, or so-called categories, you know. I mean, like, would you expect to hear Louis Armstrong playing with maybe John Coltrane? You know, who knows, one day. Because a lot of the cats that we've been playing with, they've been on different music scenes entirely.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, some little journalist is going to go and put a word on it and say this is...
Or you try to psych it out, and it's not a bit freeform anyway. In other words, if you're going to get your freeform, your jam, if you're going to get that psyched out and analyzed and dissected, then what else, you know, you're going to do, fall into a hole or something, you know?
Where were you when all of this happened in Chicago about 3 weeks ago? Were you in the States at the time?
I think we was, playing some...
Have you ever thought on that? How'd you like to?
Oh, I wish we could have been on there. I have a camera, I could have filmed it, you know. I could have done that.
I don't know what happened.
In Chicago.
People just keep saying Chicago. I don't know.
What was the question you asked?
It doesn't matter. It's all right.
What did you say?
No,
The pink songs.
do you like the young people? Are the young people?
Definitely, man. Like, anybody could dig our sound.
Yeah.
Anybody who could, who could. They don't have to like it as long as they, as long as they give their own self a chance by getting into it. If they pay $4 or $5 to get inside the concert.
Thank you. Jimi Hendrix experience. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.